Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, the lovely and talented Miss Neo Tarot just did another tarot reading on Foodie Beauty, and it was very, very powerful. There was so much in it, so much truth, so many messages coming through. Before I begin this reading, though, for all of you, I would like to say to Neo, I say, Neo Tarot. Blessings to you, blessings to yours, blessings to your ancestors, blessings to all that protects you. Because you were feeling very, very strong today, girl. I felt your strength in that reading. I felt all that good energy. Boy, it is powerful. Ooh, it is potent, and it's potent in a good way. So like I felt it. I felt it. And I was especially feeling that reading that you did, the curse is broken. Boy, I felt that too. Felt it in here. So yeah, let's talk about Foodie. Miss Foodie's been she's been foodieing. And that's the problem. She's been foodieing versus chantaling. And that is the core issue of her things going on right now. Like she's not being her true authentic self. Like I knew this a while ago that the person that is known as Chantal Marie ceased to be, and the persona that she created for YouTube, Foodie Beauty, took completely over. She threw everything she had into the persona, and she didn't put anything into the person. She just became a cartoon character. The picture that I got in my mind when I was watching the reading from Neo Tarot, the picture that I got in my mind for Chantal, like anybody ever gone to Disney World? Do you see like the mascots and the cartoon characters walking around like Mickey Mouse and Goofy and Daffy Duck? They are people in costume. That's the picture that I get for Chantal. That when she gets online, she's putting on a costume, but there is a person beneath the costume. But she's at the point now where she doesn't want to take the costume off. You know, she wants to be larger than life. She wants to be in your face. She wants to be just putting on a show, and she doesn't want to get off stage ever. And that to live like that is very imbalanced. You know, you've got to give some time to your real self. You've got to give some time to real life. You got to get in touch with yourself. You got to acknowledge yourself. You have to work on yourself. And if you're not doing that, it's going to create a huge imbalance. So like that's the picture that I got in my mind for Chantal. Like she's living too much in a character that she created in a persona, and she's lost touch with who she really is. Like she doesn't like her real self. She much prefers the character because the character gets attention, makes money, has people that admire her, and that matters everything to her. Also, one more thing, a message for Foodie Beauty, because I know she watches my tarot reacts. Foodie, your problem, ma'am, is that you get all kinds of caught up with the window dressing, with the window display. Like you get on YouTube and you create a window display. And you get down to all the little details and you put things in that window display. That's what you want people to see. You want people to walk past your window and admire it and sit there and stand and look at it. And you don't like change. You create this image of yourself, this life that you want people to look at. And what makes you angry is when people don't believe what they see, when they see through the lies and deception, because that's all your life is. That's all the image is composed of lies. And you get angry when the lies that you tell yourself, the lies that you put out in front of other people don't believe. You desperately want them to believe it because you yourself want to believe it. But it's getting to the point where nobody believes it, not even you, but you're still desperately putting on this window display and saying, this is my life and this is who I am and it's so great. At the same time, you are absolutely miserable and you are panicking over the idea of things around you shifting, that window display is going to completely change, and you're afraid of lies being exposed, the delusion being exposed, and you want nothing to do with it. You want to keep everything exactly the same because maybe that public image of yourself is all you've got. You're like, I worked so hard to create this fake phony life and put it in front of people. I don't want to break it down. I don't want to have to go through the process of making a whole new life, even though the new life is what you need. Sometimes what you want is not what you need. And if your life is nothing but lies and fakery, that's not what you need. It is definitely not what you need. Change, it happens. And even though it may be painful, it's for good reason. Also, before we get deep into this, I have a message again for Chantal. Can we talk, Foodie? Because I'm going to be blunt with your ass. Foodie, you spend so much energy and so much time throwing things at people. You know what I'm talking about. You spend so much time behind the scenes. You even have people doing dirty work for you, just throwing bad energy and more at people who have their own opinions and have their own feelings and are just simply passing around knowledge and information. You don't like it because that knowledge and information, it interferes in the mirage that you put in front of others. People are allowed to have their own opinions and their feelings about things, and they should be allowed to share their feelings, thoughts, opinions, knowledge, wisdom with others. That's what they're supposed to do. And you're trying to get in the middle of that. And you're throwing out all kinds of bad energy. And if you're doing any kind of magical shit, whatever it is, it ain't working. And I'm not throwing that down. And I'm not saying that as a challenge. Before you interpret that as a challenge, pause, take a deep breath, calm down, and listen. This is not a challenge. This is just me telling you factually that whatever you're trying to do is not going to work, is not working. And it's not because you haven't found the right practitioner or practitioners to get the dirty work done. No, ma'am. It's because everybody has spiritual guides, protectors, every single person, everybody. We all got our circle of protection around us. We have our guides to protect us. Even you, even though you're not listening to yours and you're doing some bad stuff, they're still around you. You should look at the people on YouTube that are doing react videos, people that are doing tarot readings on you. You should look at us all as messengers. You may not like the messages sometimes. Maybe there are those in the group of messengers that they may say things to you in a really, really harsh way, but the messages are still there. It's for you to either take the message and do something with it or not. But we are just messengers. And what's the old saying? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at the messenger. You're trying to stop the messages because a lot of the messages contain truth. If you don't want to hear it, you don't want to hear it. But you shouldn't punish us for putting out our opinions and our feelings and our thoughts. Like, you've been doing a whole lot of wrong as far as the earthly plane, doing wrong. You've been doing a lot of wrong on the spiritual plane. So when people on the earthly plane, when you're doing things on the earthly plane and you're getting called out for it, don't get mad at that. Don't get mad at people for calling out the wrong that you're doing on the earthly plane. And don't get mad at people for calling you out on the wrong that you're doing on the spiritual plane as well. And I'm here to tell you, Foodie, speaking about spiritual guides and such, Any kind of bad energy you're throwing at me, return to sender. I'm sending it back. This is not me doing anything against you. No, I'm just going to send it back. All bad energy, sending it back. And for anybody out there, whether you're a practitioner or not, like, life is very simple. Like, throughout life, we all receive gifts, or gifts are offered to us. It could be positive gifts or negative gifts. And if somebody is trying to give you the gift of negativity, whatever form that might take, you can always take your free will and say, I do not accept. So whatever negativity somebody is trying to give you, it doesn't mean you have to automatically accept it. You can just politely say, I don't want it. You can keep it. I am not accepting that from you. And Chantal, I'm not accepting your negativity. I'm not accepting your bad energy. I'm not accepting any kind of nonsense you're throwing at me. You can keep all of that. Return to sender. And I'm also reclaiming my energy. It is mine. It is absolutely mine. So this is just me giving you the message that whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're messing around with things that are of a magical, spiritual nature, again, this is not a challenge. This is a warning. This is a warning that you need to stop. For your own good, you need to stop. Your life is already a mess. It's already a chaos. Why create more bad energy? Does that even make sense? Leave things alone that you do not have respect for, that you have no knowledge of. Stop trying to do sneaky stuff to get your way, to get power over people, to hurt people. You need to stop all of that and work on yourself. That is where the most energy needs to go. That's where the most work is required. Work on yourself. The things you want in life, you can get if you work on yourself. And if you just stop hurting other living things. Because if you try to hurt someone and they've done nothing wrong to you, there's going to be backlash of all kinds. So I'm delivering this message to you. I'm being told to deliver this message to you. I'm giving you the warning. It's not because I'm going to hurt you. It's because you're hurting yourself. And it don't matter if you're going to other people to get things done. You're still going to get hurt because it was your intention that kicked everything off. So it started with you. It's going to end with you. Okay? So just letting you know, you need to quit it. You need to stop it. You need to stop playing. You don't know what you're playing with. You don't know what's going to happen if you play. You don't want to find out. And it won't be in the text of people sending stuff at you. It's just the stuff you send out will come back and boomerang on your ass. So, y'all, let's get going with this reading, courtesy of the lovely Neo Tarot. You are so powerful today, Neo. I'm loving it. Loving it. Loving all of it. Yes, ma'am. Like I felt that good energy through the screen. Yes, I did. This is such a good reading. All right, y'all ready? All right. Before we get started, I almost forgot. For those who are new to my channel, you've never heard of Neo Tarot, look down below in the description for the original link to her video. And you can check out all her content because she's got a lot of good stuff. And she does private readings for those of you that want a reading from Miss Neo. So take it away, Neo.
And that's how Spirit will Karma. There she is, right behind you the whole damn time, right? In the shadows, just wait. Darn complex. I'm done with work. Can we meet up? I'll see you in court. So there's a lot of things that she's hiding and or again keeping secret when it comes to him. Rigged games. How does Jay-Z currently feel about Beyonce? Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, let's get into this intuitive reading for Foodie Beauty. As you know, this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not. You got to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, so I'm going to shuffle again with this deck because there was a specific question that the Sebi asked. And so I want to get into that. But just generally, Spirit is acknowledging that she's trying to catch everyday lightning bugs. Every time I see a lightning bug and this card comes out, there's this energy of things just happening really quickly in regards to the lights going out, in regards to her having something or manifesting something or wishing something for something and having a wish fulfilled. But there's like this flicker that it's like, you know, when a light bulb is almost going to go out and like fizzes and flickers. That's exactly what's in the mind at this moment. And Spirit is acknowledging that she needs to get grounded and rooted for when this is no longer a thing for her, when you're no
I'm sorry, Neil. Like I'll back up and redo this. I'm just being struck with something right now, and I got to speak on it. So I watched the reading a couple of times, and there were all kinds of messages coming through, coming through, coming through. And one thing that has been that was very strong with this reading, as far as the imagery and the symbolism, is the tree. Like trees are all over the place in this reading. Did you notice that? Like if you watch this again, like tree over here, tree right there, trees in the background, trees. And trees symbolize family, getting grounded. And you said that a couple of times in this reading, like she needs to get grounded. She needs to be grounded because she's not grounded in herself. But look, trees. Then there's a picture over here of, it looks like a home, you know, like home, family, being grounded, all of that matters. Before a tree can grow, it has to grow roots. It has to be stable. It's got to be rooted into the ground where it can be nourished from the rain coming down. Like it's got to have something to grow from. But trees are all over this reading. Trees everywhere, trees all day. Trees. And also to me, when I watch this reading, like this tree, like even though I know this is a fence post, but it actually looks like a branch from one of the trees coming all the way over here. So it looks like the family, like there's a sense of like the tree reaching out to touch the horse. Like we're reaching out to you, Chantal, the family roots, the family tree, trying to reach out and help you. But it's you that's stopping yourself from coming to us, from getting grounded. You need to get grounded. Like your own pride, your ego, your vanity, your narcissism keeps you from that which you need most. It blocks you. It's blocking your clear sense of sight, like your own sense of pride. And I hear stubbornness right now. You are stubborn? Girl, you're stubborn. A whole herd of mules ain't as stubborn as you. You are so stubborn. You don't want to go home. You don't want to get grounded with the family. You don't want to live in the real life. You are just stubborn and hanging on to a light that's not even real. You don't want to grab onto the real because in your mind, the real isn't as exciting or glamorous as the fake life that you created for yourself. But this glamorous life, this larger than life that you've built for yourself, isn't even making you happy. You're not happy. You're not comfortable. And if you're feeling uncomfortable and stressed out and sad and depressed, there's a reason why. Because it's not real. And I'm just going to say what I'm feeling right now, Foodie. Like, how can it not bother you that you're on YouTube and you're putting this fake, phony version of yourself in front of people and you're getting accolades that way? But the accolades that you're getting are the wrong kind. It's based on a character. It's based on a character that gets on camera and hurts herself by using an addiction and excesses to make money. These people that surround you on YouTube, they're not there for you. A lot of them are not there for you. They are not there caring truly about you as a person. They care about the entertainment that you deliver based on hurting yourself. These toxic people that encourage you to indulge in your excesses because it fulfills their specific fetish. That's what they're there for, to see you hurt yourself and encourage more of the same. And meanwhile, the people that you don't like, the ones who are not on that side of the fence, people that are calling out your lies and your delusion and the self-harm, you hate them the most because they're speaking something that you don't want to hear. They're speaking the truth, and you don't want to hear the truth because the truth will mess up your window dressing, mess up your window display. You are just that dogged determined to keep the window display going because you don't want to change it. So you got it backwards. The people that you think are your friends, that are on your side, that care about you, they don't care about you at all. They care about what they can get out of you. As long as you're willing to give it, they are willing to take it. And you're willing to give it to them because you don't want to change. You want to stay in this character life, this harmful, toxic cartoon life. You would just want to live in it all the time. And it's not good for you. And your body alone is saying, I can't deal with this. I can't put up with much more. Somebody please help me. It is screaming for help. You are not on the right path. And you get mad when people point out that you're not on the right path and that you're hurtful. You're a very hurtful woman. And you don't want to acknowledge how hurtful you are. You get mad at people who criticize you, but yet that's your fault because you chose to put your lies and delusion in that window display. You want everybody to look at it, to watch it. You want to make money with it. You put it full, big old window display. You want everybody to see it. So we saw it. And we saw what was wrong with it. And we commented, and you don't like it because you want to hear nothing but praise. Mama, no one is going to praise someone who hurts themselves or hurts other people. No, ma'am. No. No. And here's something sad for you. That character Foodie Beauty that you created, does it bother you when you stop and you think about that people like this harmful, toxic, self-harming character? Like that's a fake, phony version of yourself. Are you afraid that if you stop being that character, they won't like you anymore? Like you're afraid to be your real self. You're afraid to get grounded. You're afraid of losing those admirers. You shouldn't be afraid, because if they are admiring you and encouraging you to hurt yourself, if that's all they're around for, they don't really care about you. They care about what they can get out of you. And no one needs anybody like that. Nobody. No one anywhere. But again, let's go back to the reading because I went off on a tangent for a minute. I'll get off my soapbox. Trees, 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 everywhere, trees. Okay. And this building back here looks like a home to me. Like your own pride is keeping you from home. I mean, it's right there. As the horse, you could just like slip underneath the fence and go home. and get grounded. But your own pride, vanity, narcissism, stubbornness, that's keeping you from just going underneath that fence and getting back. You're stopping yourself from the healing, and you're staying on the side of the pasture where the hurting is, and there's you just won't cross over. Cross over, Chantal. Do it. It's time. It's been time. It has been time, ma'am.
It's like, when a light bulb is almost going to go out, it's like fizzes and flickers. That's exactly what's in the mind at this moment. And Spirit is acknowledging that she needs to get grounded and rooted for when this is no longer a thing for her, when you're no longer allowed to be on this platform, when you're no longer allowed to, quote unquote, see yourself as successful or an influencer or what have you. I don't know what you think about yourself in that regard, but this is happening for you, not to you. So it's important that you see that if you choose. If not, you can call it what you want. But energetically, that is the energy that is coming through, that you need to get grounded, you need to get rooted. Also, this energy of you needing to return home. See, return home.
Yeah.
Spirit is also acknowledging return to sender, and that is going to be monumental in your energy field, because whatever energy that you've put out, it is time to receive it back. Spirit is acknowledging return to sender, and it's not just for anyone who has received negative energy from you. It's speaking in regards to the collective. The collective is sending the energy back to you, acknowledging return to sender, no longer consuming what you have been given, but actually asking for your, to give it back, like requesting the universe to give it back.
Yeah, like if any energy that anybody feels like they are receiving, you can always send it back. Life is like that. If anybody anywhere on YouTube, off YouTube, in your real life, if there's somebody around you trying to give you negative energy and you feel like you can always say, no, no, thank you. I don't want it. Thank you very much. But you can keep that. Now, all the gifts that people try to give you, you have to take. You can choose what you take to yourself, what you receive to yourself, and that which you do not want, that which does not benefit you, you can choose to push it away and say, no, thank you, return to sender. Return it, or don't accept it in the first place. If you happen to get it and you feel you got it and you didn't really accept it, just push it on back. Push it back. You don't have to keep that. That ain't a gift for you. Let it go.
Demanding and commanding the universe to give it right back to you. And that's your business. Spirit is acknowledging that there is this energy of you needing to return to your family tree. How's your mom and them? Check on that. Spirit is also acknowledging that the reason is because this situation is no longer it's so you thought was completing and fulfilling your heart chakra, but in all actuality, it's creating imbalances and there are delays. There's monotony, small-mindedness, branch out, move on, novelty is needed. This obstacle you could overcome if you choose and return to your place of spirit, of strength, of resilience, of power, what have you, because Spirit is acknowledging this is a one-horse town. There's small-mindedness here. It's time to move on. Novelty is needed. And this also has to do with who you're hugging and kissing and loving up on. It's this idea that you're trying to manifest, but when you open your eyes, it's not that. And it's all this solar plexus energy, all this fire in the belly. This is almost like this is what's fueling you at the heart of it, this manifesting this desire to have this relationship with give me some sugar, hugs and kisses, adoration, snuggling, pillow talking, bonding in someone's favorite. But look where it has gotten you. And it also feels like Spirit is acknowledging like you are manifesting the next move. Yeah, see, you're manifesting the next move based on a relationship, not my business, not my problem. But this is what kind of keeps you going. It's almost like a documentary. Like Spirit is acknowledging, like, those Netflix documentaries, like conning, someone who cons people in a relationship, allegedly. This is just the energy. And so Spirit is acknowledging you're on the move. You're trying to figure out which way to go now, which way will float, which way will sink. That's your business. When I see boats, it makes me feel like direction. I also see water, acknowledging emotion and depression and anxiety and fear, smoke and mirrors, Hollywood. Something is being hidden and something is going to be revealed. And once it's revealed, you're back on your manifestation horse, like trying to find solution, trying to seek creativity and geniusness and following bliss and money. Now, the subby said that you're back lying. Yeah, and Spirit said you're back lying because it's a shit show. Don't take listen. I'm gonna just tell you what they say and then I'm gonna say it. Okay. It's the energy that flows through me. It's gonna go on, come out, and that's that. Cause my throat chakra is very active right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So Spirit is acknowledging that, yeah, it's a shit show. And it's to get you in alignment if you choose to see it that way. If not, that's your business. Okay. You can either see this as a silver lining or you can see this as complete and utter chaos. But the storm is coming to clear the path because the path that you're on energetically, allegedly, is not your highest. It's not your higher intuitive path. I don't know what path you're on. That's your business. So it affects the heart chakra, creating imbalances and or delays. Also acknowledging that it creates total misalignment. We do feel water again. So this is the thing too about the heart chakra, because when I speak in matters of the heart chakra, Spirit always acknowledges that there is an issue with your heart. There is water around your heart. There is pressure around your heart.
Ooh,
You need to be careful. I think I've said that before. There's strong momentum, sudden change, necessary shakeup, transformation, hope. Okay, hope. Spirit is acknowledging that there's egg on your face in regards to this matter, in regards to lying. At the heart of it, it says that you wanted peace, but your actions matter. And so your choices deflect what you want. Like your choices counteract what it is that you're asking for. If you're asking for peace, then move in peace. But that's not it. Okay, that's not my business. And Spirit is also acknowledging that if you don't believe that, just sit back and watch. You cannot play this game much longer.
nope, absolutely cannot. Like we've all been feeling for a while, Neo. Like this, things have been aligning for Chantal, moving around, shifting around Chantal. That like this whole thing that she's worked so hard to keep in front of us, like it's breaking down. It has to break down. And it's not that we are breaking it down for her. She's breaking it down for herself just because there's not a single component of what's around her that is anything that is good for her. Not a single little grain of sand of anything that she has stationed around her that is good for her, that is beneficial for her, that makes sense. Like it's all, forgive my language, fakery and fuckery. It's all about the fake. And she built this tower long ago of just fakery, this fake image, this fake life. And oh, I've got this man who loves me so much. And just, it was a tower of ego. She shut herself in a tower of ego because she wanted to be all the way at the top in the little window, looking down at everybody else with the attitude of, you're all just a bunch of peasants. You're not living the life that I'm living. Don't you wish you were me? Putting herself above people versus being around people. Putting herself above life versus living life. Well, that tower, because it was built on bad things, it's coming down. It is coming down. And I'm not saying that in a malicious way. I'm just saying like it's pretty apparent that that tower is going to come crashing down. It's been crumbling for a minute, but the stones at the bottom are loose. They are breaking apart. They are crumbling, and that means the top of the tower is it's just going to come falling flat. And it should. If this life is not really hers, it's not meant for her. It needs to come down. She needs to come back down to earth. She needs to realize I'm mortal too. And I've got to walk along with the mortals and live with the mortals. I am not immortal. I am not a goddess. I am a normal person with a normal life. And that's okay. To be a real person in the real world and build a real life, whatever that is, you can be extremely happy and blissful if you live a life the right way, if you're on the right path and you are not going out of your way to hurt people or be vengeful and wrathful to people just because they're coming forward and saying, you're lying. We know you're lying. And here's why. And they offer up evidence of your lies. And you get mad at that, Foodie. You get mad at that because you create a set of lies. You create a golden web of lies. and you look at the people who speak out against those lies as people coming along with some scissors and cutting strings out of your web to where it's not so strong. You're looking at those people with a sense of vengeance and wrath and hate and just ugliness. You really should be thankful, because those people are doing you more good than the people who are around you, encouraging you to be unhealthy and to get sick for their own entertainment. You know, you got the whole term of what haters are, the wires are crossed. Those who are speaking truth to you are more helpful to you than the ones who are encouraging you to hurt yourself. But you're not going to see it that way because you're determined to live in the world of delusion that you created for yourself, because you are committed not to yourself. Thank you, Spirit. You're not committed to your real self. You're committed to an online character, a character that you created years ago, that you dove into and you don't let go of, even when the camera's turned off. There is no balance. You are completely imbalanced because you look, even the most professional actor and actresses out there, people that star in big budget films, you got to know that when they play a role, when the cameras are turned off, they go back to their dressing room. They take off the makeup, they put on their regular street clothes, and then they go take a walk. They don't live in their character, whatever it was. It's just something that they play in front of a camera. But when the camera's turned off, it's a different story. I don't think you step away from your character. You don't like Chantal Marie. I think Chantal Marie, the person, is lonely, very lonely, doesn't have friends. Based on how you treat people, you don't have anybody. You don't like Chantal Marie. You don't like her at all. So you don't acknowledge her. You want to be in Foodie Beauty because Foodie Beauty has no problems. Or if she does have problems, she can get sympathy for her problems in front of her audience. You're doing yourself a disservice by giving everything to a character and nothing to your real self. You've neglected your real self. You won't acknowledge your real self. You're out of touch with it. You need to get back in touch with it. You need to sit down and have dinner with your real self and have a long discussion and devote some time to that. That's what you need to do.
And that's just that. Like every time I read on you, it's like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, boom. Not my business. Okay, and Spirit is acknowledging this has you moving in ways that is just not normal. I mean, it's blubbering as well. Like the crying, the sobbing, the blubbering. Thank you, Spirit. And Spirit is acknowledging, like, wait a minute, listen, what is it that you want? You know, your ancestors, your ascended masters, your angels, they really, 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 really want you to make good choices, but they can't. They're not in control of it.
You know what, Neo? I'm being told this. The problem with Chantal is she never asks herself the question, what do I want? The problem is that question, it's always addressed this way. What does Foodie Beauty want? What does the character want? What does the character need for the in front of the camera time? What does the character want? What is appropriate for the character? She never asks herself the question, what do I want as a person off camera? What do I need as a person off camera? What about Chantal Marie? What does she want? What makes her happy? Like what can I do with her? No. The question never goes to her. It goes to the character. Because like the person Chantal Marie no longer exists. She got put in a box and put on a shelf somewhere long ago. The character took over. It's always about what does Foodie Beauty want? What can Foodie Beauty eat? Where does Foodie Beauty want to go? She lives in the character because that's part of the window dressing. the window display. She this big picture. This is what I want everybody. This is what I want everybody to see. This is how I want people to perceive me. Well, that perception is a lie. And you know what, Chantal? That window display, the one that you've worked so hard to put together and put in front of people, you know what? It's blocking you from seeing your own reflection, the reflection of you in your life. You put that in front of the mirror so that you don't have to look at your life. You don't have to deal with your life. But at some point, you got to. You got to self-reflect. You've got to look at it. You got to fix it. You got to work on it. You just have to. You know, like you can only block it out for so long.
You know, they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. It's that idea. And so they want you to write it down. They want you to, really get into your mind as to what is going to bring you happiness, what is going to bring you balance, but it cannot, fuck with the universe. It can't fuck with people's righteous paths. You can't just grab people and force them to walk alongside you. Like, what is that? Not my business. So Spirit says in one hand there's a musical instrument, in the other there's a beverage. At the heart of it, you want peace. It keeps saying this. But do you want peace or do you want power? Because you can't have both.
Right.
Okay. And Spirit says that
But the thing is with Chantal, she tries to find peace through power. Neo. She tries to find peace through power, having power over others, doing harm to others, thinking that if she hurts others, if she throws things at people, if she finds practitioners to do dirty work for her, that will bring her peace. That'll make her feel good. That will give her power. That's the wrong way to get power. If the only way you have power is by hurting others and stopping others on their path, you're never going to get peace, Chantal. Never. Because forever you're going to be dealing with the boomerang effect of whatever bad energy you send out is going to come back eventually to you. It's not people throwing things at you. It's just that whatever you send out, it bounces back in your direction at some point. But that's how she's been operating. I'm going to find peace through having power over others, by doing wrong to others, being hurtful to others. And I'm going to gather people to me that will help me in my wrongdoing. All over messages. All over messages. People who are the messengers. People giving their opinions. People giving their feelings, their thoughts in their videos. People doing tarot readings. Messages. We are simply putting our thoughts out there. We are simply sending out the message. If she decides she does not want to hear, okay, you don't want to hear, Chantal. It's okay if you don't want to listen. But the messages are being sent anyway. You want to block your ears, block your ears. But the messages are there. And you cannot, will not claim ignorance of, I didn't know, I had no idea. You know what the most amazing thing is, Chantal? You're doing so much wrong. And the universe is trying so hard to reach you, to course correct you, to bring you back to the right path and get you in touch with yourself. You're doing so much wrong. You've hurt people. You've hurt animals. You've hurt yourself. And all the people that you don't like, that you got some, vengeance against, you got a grudge. Like the messages are coming in and you don't want to hear them because you're not ready for change. You got a grudge with those people that are just simply delivering the message, whatever the message is. You're mad at those people for telling the truth. But that is the universe maybe speaking through them here and there, that they're trying to get through to you. They're trying to give you the truth that you need to be better. And you're like this, la, 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 la. No. This is you like blocking your ears. You're mad at the messengers. You're mad at them. You don't want to hear it. Don't get mad at the messengers. Don't punish the messengers. You've got so many people that they're giving you truth, some harsher than others, but we're still giving it to you. And you're mad. And that may be the universe just trying to help you by pointing out how ridiculous and stupid this delusion life of yours is. And it's not beneficial to you. You're lashing out in furious anger over the messages and the people delivering them, when really you should be looking at it another way. Like, maybe I should listen to these things that people are saying. Maybe if I listen to this, as harsh as it is, as painful as it might be, I should listen. And maybe if I listen a little bit, maybe things will get a little bit better. And it's not about people telling you what to do. It's just people pointing out that your life is a lie. This false image of yourself is a lie. This image of a perfect life with a loving husband is a lie. And it needs to stop, because you know what? People don't like to be lied to. They don't like it. They don't like being in front of a liar. And the universe is simply telling you, stop lying. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to other people. Stop living this ridiculous lie of a life. Stop living in the lie and look in the mirror and fix what you see. Then your life will be happier, I think.
There is a practice of divination. There's a white candle being lit, and there's also this energy of you needing to get grounded and rooted and return to your higher intuitive self if you choose. The heart chakra is all the way down here, acknowledging that your heart chakra has imbalances and or delays. And until you fix that, it's a mess. Like, just to keep it a buck, it's a mess. But Spirit is also acknowledging, until you do right, thank you, Spirit, let me get it out. Until you do right by people, you will not have peace.
No.
You will not. The fact that Spirit is acknowledging that you suffer, when you turn your camera off, you suffer. You suffer. And Spirit says you suffer in silence. You're suffering. You're suffering. And for what? Right? Spirit says you're blowing off steam, rebellion, merriment, overindulgence, and you want to escape. But this is the web that you've created. You're entangled in your own web.
Until you do right by yourself, and until you do right by other people, Chantal, you will not have peace. And you won't have happiness either. And it's not because there are people out there actively looking to hurt you or are hurting you. It's because you, ma'am, are hurting yourself, and you're going out of your way to hurt other people. This is where all of the stress and the unhappiness is coming from. It's not other people attacking you and sending stuff at you. It's what you're doing, what you've been doing. You going after people, you employing people to do your dirty work, paying people to do your dirty work, to do the doxing, looking at people's addresses and family members and the nonsense. And you know you've been doing that shit. Having people going after the tarot readers. You're creating all that bad energy. It's not bad energy from us. We just give the message and move on. Whether you decide to pick it up and do something with it, that's on you. But your life is a mess, not because of anybody else. It's because of everything that you've done to yourself. The starting point is you. The finishing point is you. You are the master and the architect of your own misery. You can't blame it on other people. You just can't. And if you throw bad energy at people, if you try to do harm, if you're doing things out of vengeance and wrath, expect that there will be consequences. Expect that that bad energy will bounce back to you like a bubble, and it's going to hit you right upside your ass. And it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt real bad. And don't, when it happens, don't interpret that as somebody threw something at me. No, that's just what you sent back out to people first. Again, the warning is given. Stop working so hard to hurt others. Stop going out of your way to hurt others. Stop paying people to hurt others. That's not where your energy needs to go. Just stop. Work on yourself. Do right by yourself, by others. You might have a little less pain if you did.
You can't even get out, and you created this web to catch others, to keep others. And then look at you. Yeah, Spirit says you got anger management issues. You're a great actor. You're putting on a show. And again, you got the time to be worried about who you want to be loving and hugging up on next. How? I don't know. That's your business. Spirit says you're depressed. I'm telling you, suffering. Yeah, fulfilling a fantasy. And this fantasy has you under a spiritual attack, fighting negative energies, fighting a spiritual warfare, and needing to clear your energy, and that you're a copycat. Y'all always tell me the cats come up when it comes to her. And there's this energy of you copy other people.
Yeah, she does. She does, Nia. Like she's always looking around and borrowing from other people. She's constantly on TikTok. She's on YouTube, and she's always borrowing off other people. It's like there's no true sense of authentic self. There's no authenticity. There's no genuine authenticity of this is me. This is my individual, unique self. I don't even think she knows who she is. Honestly, I think she runs around all the time looking to see who can I be today? What personality can I borrow off of? I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. I think that the Spirit is telling me this. There is a sense of Chantal really doesn't like herself. She doesn't like herself. And that is why she works so hard to be someone else. Because when she looks in the mirror, when she's not in character, she's not happy with her real self, because all she's focused on is, what do I have to do? What do I have to be? What do I have to say? What do I have to wear? What aspects do I have to put in my personality to get people around me, especially men? Especially men. Always got to have a man around. She doesn't know how to walk on her own 2 feet and be by her damn self. She is a toxic kind of chameleon that she puts on a coat of many colors because she wants to wear all the colors. Afraid that if she just wears one color, she might miss out on whatever comes from the other colors as well. So it's like, let me just put everything on. Let me just, whatever it takes, like to get attention, to get men, to get love. Let's put on everything in the wardrobe at once. That's her. I'm going to adapt everything. I'm going to bring forth everything for the sake of attention. But the attention that she's given isn't based on her real self. It's based on a fake, phony sense of self. She lost touch with that a long time ago. Long time ago.
I'm going to just tell you, in the mind, I'm not going to play with you. In the mind, you need to get that checked.
Yep.
I'm not going to play with you because you doing some creepy stuff where you look at things and you try to emulate them and imitate them so much so it's like psychosis, allegedly, so much so that you forget who you are. Do you know who you are?
You know what, Neil? I've got a song playing in my head. I don't even know why I'm thinking about this right now. It's the end of the world as we know it. I don't know why that popped in there. I don't know. I just popped in there. It's the end of the world. Does that pertain to you, Chantal? Like, is this like a sign that maybe the world that you built up for yourself, it's coming to a close? Honestly, for your sake, I hope so, because This fake phony world that you've built up, it's doing you no good. It's doing nobody no good. It's not doing you any good. It's not doing Julia, your cat, any good. It's certainly not doing Salah any good. The world of delusion that you created, it's got to break apart. It's got to go. It's got to go.
Like, you need to remind yourself, like, write your name down and remember that that's who you really are. Because Spirit is showing me that you do some shit. You be thinking you're somebody else.
Yeah.
Wake up. Wake up. Spirit said there's some travel. You can ready to move. You can ready to move again, journey again. There's some distance. And Spirit said again, you need to get grounded. You need to get rooted. Lotus eye. Lotus is significant, but there's this energy in the middle of the deck of trying to open your eye. And it happens every time I read in you. The universal balance, is always trying to to encourage us to open our mind, to open our eyes, to have moments of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? To open that third eye, to reflect on the cosmic energy within. Like at the heart of it, it's almost like it's begging you, like, please wake up. Like, self-destruct. You're self-destructing. That's your business. I ain't got a dog in that fight, nor do I want one. Self-destruct. So yeah, it's time for you to be a leader. It's time for you to stand up and be a leader. Step into a leadership role. Okay? Have some new beginnings. There's karmic completion. Let me tell you something. When you feel this level of karmic completion, your ass is going to feel fried. I'm just telling you. It's coming. It's in the middle of the deck. You can't even see it. Karmic completion is on the doorstep. It's knocking at your door. And what you gonna do about it? You gonna sit back and allow karma to unfold. Drama is in your relationship. Someone is settling subconsciously, and Spirit said it's fake anyway. Girl, why are you lying?
Like why are you hanging on to Salah, Foodie? It's been 3 years. He's not in love with you. He's not gonna be in love with you. This whole thing with Salah has been, it's a business transaction. It started out that way and it stayed that way. And all the time that you spent around Salah, he's not fallen in love with you. He has been he don't want nothing to do with you. Your path is not his path. You may be perfectly happy to be on YouTube and do the YouTube thing. That is not his path, though. You're trying to bring him into your path, but he's not meant for it. He doesn't want to be on camera with you. He doesn't want to travel with you. He doesn't want to be in a personal relationship with you. You are not for him. He is not for you. And you need to understand that in life, and this goes for everybody, not just one person. Like, we all encounter things in people that on first glance we want that person or that thing. But sometimes what we want is not meant for us. And you got to learn to walk away and say, this is not meant for me, or this is not good for me. And that's okay. It's okay to walk away from somebody or something not meant for you, because trust and believe there are people and things that are meant for you, that will feel good, that will do good for you. But not every single little thing and person is meant to be around you. And if you're around a person and it's pretty clear they don't want to be there, they're not happy with you, you're not happy with them, the unhappiness that you feel, it's a road sign that you should look at and pay attention to and say, this is a sign that I should just get away from this person, or they can get away from me and we go our separate ways, and that's that. But your problem, Foodie, is that you don't know how to walk away. You insist on sticking in a place or with a person that don't want to be with you. Like you won't accept the word no. And you won't listen to unhappiness when it's practically screaming in your ear to pay attention. You're unhappy with Salah. You've been unhappy with him, but you won't let him go. He wants to be let go. He's happier when you're not around. He's happier. He's looking forward to you leaving at some point. He wants you to go. And honestly, even if he didn't, you should want to go anyway because you're not doing yourself any favors staying in Kuwait. There's not a single thing about being there that makes sense. The message is clear. Get away from where you do not belong and get away from the person you're not supposed to be around and go to the place where you do belong. And then get grounded when you get there. Oh, Papa.
Let me tell you about Papa Obatala. Papa Obatala sees all, knows all, hears all, feels all. Papa Obatala sees you. You can't hide from Papa Obatala. He's omnipresent. Why are you lying? Papa see you. And Papa is going to bring balance.
Fact. I'm not laughing at Papa. Let's make that clear. I am not laughing at Papa. I would not dare. No. I'm not laughing at Papa. I'm laughing at Papa calling out Chantal, saying, "Why you lying? Why are you lying?" I don't know if you'll watch this react, Neo, but I am familiar with Papa, and like I've done studying up on different belief systems. I did that because I wanted to be respectful of other people's beliefs. I wanted to understand them. Even if I'm not practicing, I wanted to understand. So I've done studying up on Papa, on Yemaya, Ochun, Elegua, like all of them. I want to be respectful. So I know who Papa is. And Chantal, and this is not me puffing up my chest and acting like a badass here, because this is, no, that, again, don't take it as that. Like, even before this reading, I knew that Neo had very powerful protectors around her. Like, I felt that energy of like, this is not something you want to fuck with. And you've been doing it and you need to stop. But like, I know who Papa is. Very powerful energy is Papa. Very powerful. Very, like, the word that came to mind today when I was watching this reading was righteous. Papa is very righteous about being on the right path and about being in balance with oneself and being in balance with nature and life and energy, and everything's got to be balanced. And I also got another picture in my head, Neil. Like, I saw somebody in my mind of a man standing up with their hands clasped behind their back, like just very patiently, but kind face with a stern expression. And I kept hearing, "This just won't do. This simply will not do." Like an almost disapproving look, stern look, kind face, a very stern, disapproving look when it comes to Chantal. Like, this will not do. This will not do. I don't know if it was Papa. It could have been a guide or something, but just whatever it is that you've pissed off, Chantal, they've taken notice. It has taken notice, whatever that guide might be, and they are not pleased. But if Papa is over Neo's head, if that is her head, I wouldn't be messing around with that. I really, really wouldn't. I wouldn't if I were you. I wouldn't do it, girl. You better back up. Like I said, Chantal, whatever it is you're trying to throw at people, remember that they have protective guides and spirits around them. Everybody has those. You don't know what those guides are. You don't know how strong they are. Everybody has them. And you're going to come up against a shield of protection. And all you're going to do is piss off the spiritual world that much more. You've already pissed it off by being disrespectful over and over again. You need to quit. You need to quit. And if you try to go to the spiritual world and say, well, I didn't know. Yes, you did. You've been warned. You were warned to quit. You chose not to quit. You can't use ignorance as a defense. But yeah, I know about Papa. Very, very powerful is Papa. I wouldn't be messing around with Papa.
Facts. And let me tell you something. I mean, okay, should I? Should I?
Yes, ma'am. Say it.
Should I?
Tell her. Tell her, Neo. Tell her. She needs to hear it. She needs to know. Let her know. No, she didn't do that wicked laugh. I love it. I love it. I love that wicked laugh. Can we hear that again? Please, can we hear it again? I just love it. Girl, let's get the remix on this. Tell me it again.
Let me tell you something. I mean, okay, should I?
Mm-hmm.
Should I?
Yes. Tell her.
Should I? Spirit said, go ahead.
Yep.
I was told years ago, and it's funny that this is coming out. Not funny. I mean, it's right on the money that Papa Obatala is my head. And so it's interesting that this comes out because you tried to play with me too. And it's like, And
I'm sorry to cut you off, Neil. I apologize. But like Foodie, I'm gonna give the warning. Like if you're watching this React video or if you watch Neo's video and you're seeing this information and you think I'm gonna do something with it, like you start doing your research about who Papa is and what branch that might be and what that spirituality is, and you think you're going to use that in a ritual, I would not go there. No, ma'am. You better leave it alone. Like if you're trying to find some way to get at Neo, no. I don't recommend that. I recommend completely against that, backing away. Just don't look at people having spirits of protection around them as a sort of a challenge. And you're looking for some sort of victory. You're looking at it as a sort of a battle or a fight, and you have to win. Let me save you the trouble. You're not going to win. And let me tell you why. Again, it's not because you haven't found the right practitioner or practitioners to do the dirty work. It's not because you haven't found somebody with enough ability or knows how to do spells or rituals. If you find the right one, they can get some damage done and some results. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's because of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Intention matters. You're not doing things out of, say, protection because you're being attacked. If you are protecting yourself, the universe would be more on your side. You're the one doing the attacking unnecessarily. You're the one on the warpath because you don't like what you're hearing from the reactors, from the tarot readers. You look at us as the enemy when you shouldn't. We're just sending you the emails, girlfriend. We're just sending you the messages. You don't want to read them. You want to put them right into the trash folder. You go right ahead. But you can't let hate fill up your heart because people are coming forward and they're giving you all kinds of truth about the things you're doing on the earthly plane, truth about the things that you're doing with the spiritual plane. You can't get mad at that because you started that whole thing in motion from the jump. I'm just a messenger. I am. I'm just a messenger. I'm putting my thoughts and my feelings out there to you and everybody else. And those that are meant to hear the messages, hear them. And those that don't want to, don't hear them. There might be some things that I say that might pop out of people that might pertain to something which I am not aware of that might help them. I don't know. But I am a person that I've always believed that knowledge is power. Like knowledge is powerful. Wisdom is powerful. And exchanging knowledge with different people, taking in different perspectives, different points of view makes us better people. We learn from each other, and we can also heal and help each other through the exchange of knowledge and wisdom. Anybody anywhere can teach you anything. You never know where the knowledge is going to come from, but it's all valuable. To me, people are like books. We are all walking, living, breathing, ongoing stories. We all have our tales to tell, and each one is different. Each one is unique. And there's valuable stuff in each living, breathing human book. And you can access that knowledge, that experience, just by sitting and talking to somebody and exchanging ideas and thoughts. And so I'm always open to new perspectives. I'm always open to new ideas. My soul is open to that. And I'm also going to say this because it's on my mind right now, y'all. You guys know that I started off being just a reactor to Foodie's videos. And then because of my love of tarot, I started reacting to wonderful tarot readers like Neo Tarot, Sunburst Tarot, Melissa Gold Tarot, Four Wands Divination. Because I love the tarot. I loved it. I have a passion for it. And I appreciate the wonderful tarot readers that are on YouTube. And I feel they have wonderful insight and things to say. So again, I wanted to pass along the information, let people know about the channels, let people know about the people that were doing these wonderful readings. I married the two worlds of just regular reactions and the tarot readers, all because information needs to be shared. Information needs to be known. People could enjoy the readers. They can take in the insight. And Foodie, you have tried really hard to just squash that, punish people for that. And I will not allow that. You will not stop the information getting out there. You will not. I will not allow it. You've been very disrespectful to the spiritual world and those that are sensitive and connected to it. You're not going to punish them on my watch for them just doing what they want to do. You hear me? You can cut that out right now. But going back to Neo and Papa, like Foodie, I don't know about you, but I've done studying up on Papa and Elegua, Ochun, Yamaya. You don't want to mess around with that. You don't. And I caution you. Like if you're thinking of, oh, I got this information now about like what's around Neo and I'm going to go after her guides and this, no, don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't go there.
Obatala, I see you. I see you. This card shows fair judgment, a correct assessment of a situation, deliberate action. It's happening. It's coming. And the crazy thing is, you'll try to act like it ain't. And guess what? It ain't nobody's business. You know what you're dealing with.
Yep.
I straight to the ancestors. Okay. Why is she lying? Thank you, Spirit.
Spirit said, why is she? Papa wasn't done with her. He's like, on the way out. Why is she lying? Mama was walking out the door saying, "Why is she lying?"
Well, she's trying to find mental strength. She's dealing with an awakening or trying to rejoin the world, coming out of isolation with the Four of Swords. This is why she's lying. This is crazy because it feels like you really believe your lies, and you believe that the world is going to believe your lies. Spirit is acknowledging subconsciously you feel trapped. Yeah, because it's not you. Who is that? I don't.
You know what it is, Neo? This is just a theory because I can't get inside Foodie's head to know all of, like, you can't, you don't know what's going on in a computer until you break it apart and you look at the parts, you see. And nobody's going to have that ability with Foodie to, like, really take a close look at what's going on. We get glimpses of what's going on based on the way she behaves, but we can't, like, take the machinery apart and see how it works. But couple of things. I think Foodie has fooled herself into thinking that if she wants something or someone, if she thinks it over and over and over and over again, like she has convinced herself that whatever it is that she wants, that she could just simply manifest it by thought. Like, I want this guy. I want this guy. I want this guy. I want him. I want him. I want him. I want him. I'm going to get him. I am going to get him. Like, if she puts enough strong thought and yearning and lust behind whatever it is she wants, that she'll eventually get it. Like, she's convinced herself, like, she is just that powerful, that she could just simply manifest. In a very toxic way, she's using the law of attraction, although it's not working for her. Because what she wants and what she's attracted to usually is not good for her, nor is it meant for her. It just isn't. But she's convinced herself, like, I'm a spoiled brat. What I want, I'm entitled to. I don't care if it's a person, how they feel, what they want, that doesn't matter. If I want them, or if I want this or this or this, certainly it belongs with me because I wanted it, therefore I must have. And she's also, I feel like, mentally convinced herself, like, she'll lie to herself. What is that, like? Oh, okay. One of my friends told me something years ago, and it's coming to mind right now. Fake it until you make it. So she's living this fake life. And so she tells herself on the daily, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, when she's not happy. I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm really happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Like, convincing herself, telling herself a lie, and telling it to herself so often that she actually believed it to be true. So, like, she'll keep, like, spinning this lie in her head until she believes it herself. I mean, it's nuts. It is nuts.
I don't know. Confined, self-limiting, uncertain, a lack of direction, needing release, very emotional, letting go. There's a sacrifice, waiting, a lack of direction, perspective, a lesson to be learned. Yep. And then with the Wheel of Fortune in the middle of the deck, bad luck, upheaval, disorder, external forces, lack of control, disruption, unwelcome change, delays, and setbacks. You can't do people wrong and think that you are going to be blessed.
True.
You cannot put energy out into the universe and think that it's not coming back to you. You play them games, you win them prizes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What is her biggest obstacle? Because Subby said you're lying again. Escape is an obstacle. Freedom, release, finding solution, options, relief, taking control, all obstacles. Remember, I read biggest obstacle in reverse, and that is with the Eight of Swords. Peaceful resolution is an obstacle. Moving on is an obstacle. Compromise, communication, ending a conflict is an obstacle. And then with the Ten of Cups in reverse, unhappy home and family life, obstacle. Dysfunctional family, obstacle. Broken home, a lack of security and stability, obstacle. How does her family, y'all said they live in Canada, feel? See, the family in Canada, okay, is acknowledging trouble is coming.
Bang. And I did a reading on Foodie Neo, not too long ago. And this is what I got from the reading. And I know Foodie saw the reading. She had to have. Chantal, it's not that your family doesn't love you. It's just that when you come home, you don't come home correct. Whenever you come home, how can I say it? When you come home, you're not coming home as a grown woman handling her business. You're coming home acting like a child, carrying like 1,000 pounds of problems that you expect everybody else around you to solve. You're not coming home as a grown woman, like getting a place of your own and then just popping by mom and dad's and saying, I'm just showing up to say hi. I just want to hang out with you, mom, and have a cup of coffee and just hang out. And then I could just go off and do my own thing in about an hour or two. Like, that's not how you're coming home. Whenever you come home, you are a problem. You are a burden. That's the part that they don't like. That whenever you come home, you bring your problems with you, and there's more and more that gets piled up every single time you arrive. Like, you come home and you need a place to stay and you need money and this, that, and the other thing. And it's stressful. It's really stressful for your family. And you're such a spoiled brat, you don't care how much you stress them out. You don't feel embarrassed how much of a burden you are. Hold on a minute. There we go. You don't care how much of a burden you are. You just show up and expect people to take care of you like you're some sort of a child. Chantal, you're not a child. When you're a child, you behave as a child because you are a child. But then there comes a time where one must put away and stop doing childish things. And you have to grow up and be an adult. And your family has been waiting for you to grow up, to do grown-up things, to have that grown-up attitude. And yet you insist on acting like a child. And I'm being told right now, it's because you use your childish ways to get what you want from your family, especially your mother. Like, you use that childish manipulation on your mom, not so much on your stepdad. He ain't hearing you for that. Your stepdad cares about you, but you know you can't manipulate him the way that you do your mom. But you like to play those childish manipulation games on your mom. Like that's, you do that to mom a lot, don't you? You need to stop that too. That's negative, treating your mom that way. But every time you come home, your family does not look forward to it. They don't. And again, it's not because they don't love you and don't care about you. You make it hard to love you, though. Very, very hard. And you can't get mad at the family for feeling the way that they do. Because if the shoe were on the other foot, you wouldn't feel so good. Like, you're living your life, you're doing your thing, you're working real hard, and then somebody coming to you, and every time they show up, it's always a burden. Like, they make their problems your problem. It ain't fair. It is not fair. Your family loves you best when you're far away. They love you a little less when you're close because of all the stress you bring. And it's because you don't come home correct. Like, you get off the plane, you get a place of your own, you go see your mom, and then you leave after a while. You are a burden. If you weren't a burden, they would like it a lot more. They're waiting for you to grow up. You should grow up. Stop bringing your problems home to your family. They don't like it.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire, lack of progress. You trying to go back home? With the Six of Swords in reverse. Spirit is also acknowledging defeat, surrender, change, walking away, self-sacrifice, self-sabotaging that part. Behavior, underhanded behavior, deception, lack of communication, aggression, bullying, intimidation, abuse, violence, crime.
Oh,
Ten of Cups in reverse. Unhappy home, family life, dysfunctional family, broken home, lack of security and stability. This is what, and family said it's a judgment day. You see what I'm saying?
Woo!
That's a second big major card to say, whether you like it or not, take self inventory,
Yeah.
take a evaluation of yourself. Judgment. There's the energy of homesickness too. Interesting. Snap judgments. Apportioning blame, forgiveness, final reckoning, a final examination. As you sow, so shall you reap.
Yes.
Ah, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I can't. My ancestors are not happy. Some of the words that I'm hearing, I cannot say. They're pissed. Anyway, with the Two of Cups, disharmony, disconnection, imbalance, inequality, incompatibility, an unhappy couple. Because you know it's a lie. And that's just that. That's just that. And Spirit said that there is a King of Swords. There's an air sign energy, a person who does not worry about their heart. They're worried about their thoughts, okay? Head over heart, air sign energy. Did y'all tell me that he was a Libra? I can't remember. But this unhappy couple is because this person here with power and logic and authority, with their head over their heart, they're detaching from you. They're unemotional. They're analytical. You don't do what you said that you could do anymore. And so this puts this person in a situation like, so why am I here? Why am I here? You can't offer me what you said you was going to offer me before. You can't do that anymore. So head over heart. What am I doing? The money is funny. The money is funny now. Okay. Spirit said have balance. Seek peace and patience. Do things in moderation. Have some inner calm because guess what? The shit is about to hit the fan. Okay, what's next? Look at them cards.
Oh.
Look at them cards. Oh my goodness. All of this, Spirit.
She's like, what? Oh, Spirit's got a lot to say today. Look at them. They're like, we got lots to say. This and this and this and this and this over here. They're just saying the business. That's all they're doing.
Okay, with the Queen of Wands, it's a fall from grace. Seduction, lies, strictness in reverse, disorganization, prudish, moralistic person who tries to impose their values on others. You're trying to release yourself from something. You're trying to remove the chains. You're trying to have some stability. But there's instability all over here because there's a feeling that you are at the end of your rope when it comes to this. With the Queen of Cups, there's an emotional energy as well. Base a lot of your choices on your feelings. This has to do with a mother, and you're acknowledging, like, I made a lot of money based on my feelings, doing things from an emotional stance, from an emotional place. But with the Four of Swords in reverse now, there's this need for you to rest. There's this need for you to find some mental strength. There's this need for you to rejoin the world as your true self, your true authentic self, and come out of whatever game you keep playing. Because there's defeat here. There is defeat, surrender, change, walking away, sabotaging, self-sabotaging behavior, underhanded behavior, deception, a lack of communication, aggression, bullying, intimidation, abuse, and violence and crime, and there's nowhere to go. I don't know where you plan on going, but Spirit said you might want to just go back home. Shit.
That's the only place she can go. And honestly, even if it weren't like this is the only place you can go type of thing, Neo, she should go. She should go back home. She needs to get rooted. She needs to get grounded. If she puts some roots down, if she gets connected to her real, authentic self, and just plants herself on the ground, she's going to feel the rain, and then the rain's going to nourish her. And she can feel the ground beneath her feet versus trying to be all up in the air and like I'm walking on air. No, you don't, Chantal. You don't. Like Spirit is not playing around with you. It's not. And there are things that might be going on right now that you don't like. And there might be things going on later that you're not going to like. And they're going to hurt. Like all the lies that you told and all the hurtful things you've said and all the hurtful things you've done and continue to do, like look at it as bad credit. You are stacking up bad credit. stacking up, stacking up, stacking up, and at some point you're going to have to answer for that. And you're not try to create good credit on top of the bad credit to balance things out. You're not doing good for yourself. You're not doing good for other people. You're doing things for the wrong reasons. You're doing things for selfish, self-serving reasons. You're trying to keep people around you that don't want to be around you, almost force them to be there. Like there's nothing in your world that's balanced. Hence the reason why every stone in your tower of ego has to be removed. And you got to start all over. But as painful as that's going to be, it's for your own good. Like you had many, many times and many chances to course correct before you reach this point. You chose to let it get this far. You chose to do this much. So just as you planted, you should also harvest. And you got a big bitter harvest coming up. But maybe if you get that bitter harvest and you don't like how it tastes, that will teach you a lesson not to plant bad seed anyway. You know, be smart and plant the right seeds for the right reasons for a better harvest. It's all about learning lessons, Chantal. You haven't learned the ones you needed to learn.
Because you can ready come from one problem to the next. Trouble is coming out of the frying pan and into the fire. There is a lack of progress. That's it. Why she keep lying?
She said, why you lying? Why the F you lying? You know, you're always lying. I've got that in my head. Dang it.
Because you want the support. You want the validation. You want to be on stage. You want to rock out.
Yeah, but the thing is, the stage is a lie. The image is a lie. The person who's on the stage, Chantal, that's not even you. If people are cheering for that character, Foodie Beauty on stage, they're not really cheering for you. They're cheering for the character, not you. So they're not really admiring you. There's no love for you. There is love for that overblown caricature character that you brought to life on YouTube. And I know it don't matter to you because it's still attention, it still counts, right? Not really. People cheering on a character that encourages you to hurt your real self. They're giving the applause based on that. Do you really want that kind of audience? Do you need that kind of audience? People that are only in the audience to see you hurt yourself and encourage you to hurt yourself. Is that the audience you want? Is it? I wouldn't want that kind of audience that that they are there in the audience to see me get sick. Nope.
You want to be seen so that's cool, right? That's not even you. It's not even you.
No.
You're just performing. You're acting. Great actress. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Now we sit back and let the universe do what the universe does.
Great reading from Neo Tarot. Thank you so much for doing that, Neo. So I'm filming this now while I got the energy, and I'm going to wait a little while before I post this. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this Tarot React from Neo Tarot. And don't forget to look down below in the description for the original link for her original video. And please follow it back to her channel. Check out all of her wonderful content. And if you want a private reading from Neo Tarot, because she does those too, make sure to look beneath her videos in the description. You'll see a link for the merch store. You can click on the merch store link and you'll find how to get a reading through that. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.